The woman and her husband went to Cuba for a vacation, and the second day she was there, she was punched in the face in an unprovoked attack. She is sharing her story because the man who hit her, who was also Canadian, faced no charges for the assault.
This was supposed to be just a nice time away.
Crystal Jardine of the Orangeville area is still recovering from a black eye she received while on vacation in Cuba. She and her husband went for 5 days to a Veradero resort. On the second day, they were at a beach bar when a stranger approached her.
He just asked me for a cigarette. I gave him a smoke.
Jardine says that's when a woman became angry and accused her of flirting with him.
Out of nowhere, this man came up. He punched me in the face. Then he took my husband down. He pushed him backwards and he got on top of him.
Jardine says the man, who she described as huge, was punching her husband. He was eventually restrained by security guards, but instead of detaining him, they told him to leave.
And I keep freaking at them. Call the cops. Like, what are you waiting for?
Jardine eventually contacted Cuban police and was told if she laid charges, she would have to remain in Cuba. She was given no information about the man who punched her, except that he was a Canadian citizen.
I don't even have the man's name. The resort won't give me the man's name. They wouldn't give me an official report of the assault. The only information that was provided to me is that he's Canadian.
The tour operator was Sunwing. A spokesperson told CTV News, "We sincerely regret to hear about the incident which occurred on hotel property. As this is an active investigation, we are unable to comment further at this time."
If a criminal action occurs in another country, it has to be handled in that country.
Criminal defense lawyer Joseph Newberger says while charges cannot be laid in Canada, Jardine may have options if she can locate the alleged assailant.
Once returning to Canada, her only remedy, if she knew of this individual's details, name, address, etc., she could commence a civil action for battery.
Jardine says she wants the man who violently punched her to face consequences for his actions.
It's just sickening that somebody can do this. I want this man to be held accountable for what he did to me.
And whenever you're traveling outside of Canada, you want to do your best to avoid any trouble. If you commit a crime, you're subject to the laws of that country, and being a foreigner and not knowing the laws is no excuse.